How are you guys doing? Welcome back to another hardcore stream. Hope you all are having a pretty nice day so far. If not, then hopefully this stream is going to make your day a little bit better. I have no idea how to do an intro again, so I'm just going to go straight towards doing what we still need to do for our hardcore world. We still need to do a crap ton of building layouts and floor plans. Yeah, that's basically what we've been doing. And I didn't manage to do like a stream yesterday because of my brain being stupid and also my head starting to hurt after a while. I don't know what the frick was even that, yeah, last stream. So anyway, so far I've been feeling better, so now we can start doing some more of whatever the hell this is. I still have no idea how we're gonna like structure our roads to go over in this direction and also in this direction, so I guess we're gonna be dedicating that stream for all of that, so that's gonna be lovely. But anyway, Gaming Barry, if you need to get going because your data cap is about to be destroyed, I highly recommend you leave right now, so that way you could save on not spending like so much money on data stuff. And also, I don't think I missed too many more messages while I was looking at the intro. But also fun games. How you doing, by the way, mate? I'm doing pretty well. Michael Soot says, "Oh no, hope you'll be fine." I mean, I'm so far doing all right. My head's been pretty much mended. So far, my throat is just completely and utterly whacked. So that's basically what we need to do. Oh, sorry, what we need to like figure out how to solve. But then again, I guess one of the solutions is to not stream for a lot of time, quite a lot per day, and that's unfortunately something I still need to do because I'm literally like I think one stream away with finishing Sonic Frontiers, so hopefully that'll be completed by tomorrow morning, which is gonna be pretty nice for me. At least I can actually focus on like doing the hardcore stuff after that, and my throat can start to recover a little bit. But anyway, I've been having a lot of fun with playing like a lot of Sonic Frontiers anyway, so who knows. We'll probably keep going for a little bit. I'm kidding. We'll probably just finally finish it by tomorrow morning. But in the meantime, is this even giving me like glass properly? Yeah. We just need to expand a little bit of the roads a little bit, so that way we know what we will structure the next few buildings around through the city. And I'm gonna hope that's all gonna be fine, because I swear to God, if it doesn't look fine, then we're basically screwed as always. Throat's really dying. I could really feel my throat being completely and utterly destroyed, unfortunately. You should get an air conditioner for your room. I mean, I can't, because it costs like thousands of dollars to like install. Plus, it's not really too hot here. Recently, we've been getting like a lot of showers here in Auckland, so it's been pretty manageable as far as I know. How you doing, by the way, Plinton? Michael Soot says, I'm going to be starting lesson soon. Let me focus on your schooling, mate. What time is it for you? It's currently 7 a.m. here. It's currently 7:42 p.m. here in New Zealand. So that's what time it is right now. The one guy that forgets, and I think I also missed a lot of messages before, Eloc and Paul as well. Hope you're doing pretty nice. God, my throat's really destroyed. And Schwager and Chippy, hope you guys are doing pretty well as well. God, why is my throat so freaking gunked? I mean, it doesn't feel gunked, but like it feels like it's been strained so hard. I think mainly because I did a stream literally 3 hours ago, but anyway. It's not going great, I think. My throat is not really in a good sort of like a voice shape. You could tell it's much more deeper than it's supposed to be. So, yeah, that's a lovely sort of thing to deal with. But anyway, I don't feel completely dead yet, so I guess we can still do some more hardcore streaming today. Don't know how long the stream is going to last. Probably maybe like up to like an hour and 30 minutes or 45. Depending on how my energy levels go and also how well my throat goes, because God forbid my throat starts to die immediately, like, after like an hour or so of streaming today. I'm gonna be so freaking mad if that happens. The last thing I want to do is finally destroy my voice. Oh no, that'll be very terrible. Anyway, my boyfriend spammed me 100 times just to say I love you. Welcome to relationship goals, ladies and gentlemen. It's amazing. Alright, anyway, I'm out of white glass. Let me just quickly grab some more. Get some more of these. Still need to cover up a little bit more of these areas over here. Jeez. I don't know if it's actually the oil from like the dinner I ate recently, or it is my throat being actually gunged up with like all the amount of like strain I've been giving it for quite some time during the past like 2 streams or whatnot. I have no idea. In the meantime, we're probably just gonna be chilling for today. Just a chill stream. And anyone wants to ruin the chill, I will immediately bonk you. That's basically how things go. Just keeping to the chill vibes. Alright, there we go. Fill in all these portions here. And now you offline, Pog. Let's go. No more spam. Alright, anyway, let me go over here. How the frick would this road even work? I don't even know how well this road is going to function, but I need to get rid of these guides, so let me just quickly get rid of that real quick. And hopefully it's all going to be fine, I think. Hopefully that will be nice and cleared off. I don't think I will be attempting to sing any of the melodies, or like try and mimic any of the melodies of the tracks that I'm listening to right now, because it's gonna probably destroy my throat even more. I don't even know what are the symptoms of like suddenly starting to like or like the signs of soon losing your voice in like the next day or whatever like that. But if gunkiness and a feeling of like a deeper voice than usual is a sign, then I probably should take care of my voice a little bit better. I don't know how well or how much my vocal cords would be able to be strained for God knows how long. But who knows, it might be also pretty good for pretty good rehearsal for like the upcoming subathon streams I'm planning for later by the end of this month. So who knows? Who knows what will happen? We're probably gonna make another right angle turn because these terrain areas are kind of short, but that's okay because we'll just have to improvise. Anyway, 𝗦cie𝗰𝗶𝗹, if that's how to pronounce your name. Apologies if I butchered some pronunciations, I guess. But I hope your day's been doing pretty well, and welcome to the Fox Army. Hope your day's been doing pretty nice. Let's make a road going in this sort of direction soon. I'm so bad at commentating some certain bits. We need to make a new road over here. So we can clear this open over here. Anyway, either way is fine. That's no worries in Reaper. I'm back and got you a raid. I mean, don't spoil the raid, Michael. Usually if you're like trying to guide a raid towards me, don't spoil it. That kind of ruins the surprise of a raid, you know? Anyway, 𝗰𝗶𝗹 says, and yay, I'm also a fox. Let's go. Gotta love seeing some more foxes in the stream today. And also 𝗦cie𝗰𝗶𝗹 2003. Oh boy, I wonder where this raid came from. I'm kidding. But anyway, how you doing by the way, 𝗦cie𝗰𝗶𝗹? Hope your day's been doing pretty nice with a power rate of 13. Hope your day's been doing pretty well. Hope you're having a pretty nice day so far. I'm a fox dragon demon hybrid. Interesting. Very interesting details. Anyway, how you doing by the way, 𝗦cie𝗰𝗶𝗹? Hope your day's been doing pretty well so far. God, I don't even know what my throat is doing right now. But anyway, hope your stream's been doing pretty nice, and hopefully everyone's from 𝗦cie𝗰𝗶𝗹's streams have also been doing pretty well. Let me see if I can try and like nail the shao command, and if I don't, I'm gonna suck at everything. There we go. Give a nice follow to 𝗦cie𝗰𝗶𝗹 if you guys haven't, by the way. Dang, I've been following since July. Ooh. Anyway, I can't even speak properly. Jesus Christ, my throat is so freaking whack. Wait, we gotta love seeing some more. Still seeing someone still following as part of the Fox Army. But yeah, hope you've been doing okay. Why is my throat so freaking bad? I can tell how deep my voice is. I don't know how well that's gonna go on like through the stream, but it sounds pretty deep. I don't know if that's gonna make it better or worse for the streams, but I don't know if I like it either. Big Bang, how you doing by the way, Big Bang mate? Welcome back. Hope you're doing pretty well. See you later then, Michael Soot. Anyway, time for some more chill vibes. Nice and chill vibes, that's all I'm gonna really care about. Focus on the chill vibes. Is that tracking good on my mouse pad? I don't even know. But yeah, gotta love just listening to just chill vibes. Because everyone needs to get some chill vibes anyway. GB says, do you know who killed Phil's hardcore world? I mean, it's a mixture between a golden baby zombie who managed to like inflict a lot of damage and then a spider immediately killing him. So if you say that the spider killed him and that's the only thing that killed him, then I'm gonna just dispute you there, bud. Thank you, Reaper. With a good old reference. Anyway, time for some chill vibes. Definitely need some chill vibes. I need to rest my throat after like a long session of like streaming like 3 hours ago. So this is a nice sort of chill like stream I like to focus on. I literally said a golden baby zombie and a spider. So what do you mean, Chibi? Hey Fern, how you doing by the way, mate? I haven't seen you in quite some time indeed. Hope your day's been doing pretty nice so far. There we go. Looking pretty alright. I mean, I probably would just stop right there because I have no idea where this road would lead up to from this point onwards. Maybe have like a corner going directly through here? I have no idea. Anyway, for me, it's just me failing to build something and I fell from like 5,000 blocks and yeah, lovely. Gotta love dealing with fall damage. I've already seen like someone, like a friend of mine, die in hardcore because of fall damage, thinking that he was able to like ladder clutch a little bit. It's, yeah, pretty sad to see like hitboxes still being very whack. But yeah, still big rip. Anyway, oh yeah, I've been grinding hard for college this Fern. So hopefully that's been doing pretty well so far, and hopefully able to get to a college that you want to go to, hopefully. Or actually, like probably like grinding assignments for college, more or less than like applying for college. So hopefully that's been going pretty well then, and hopefully everything's been going either smoothly or somewhat okay-ish. Because knowing university and college usually gets kind of wacky after a while. Would you be going to Ice City this stream? No, because we're mainly focused on our Nether City project, which is the project that you've been, hopefully been able to look at in ! project and all that stuff. But yeah, pretty much we've been only focusing on our Nether City project, as I guess Ice Nemesis is roughly around 85% done. Like, half of me wants to still stream myself, like, building the interiors and stuff like that, but half of me also knows that that's a very tedious process, and that will take, like, months or even years to fully complete. So I'm probably just gonna leave that as a bit of like a standstill as of right now, and probably just do stuff off stream and just focus on just building the Nether City as it is, because I really want to make some extra like cities around the entire world. So that's what I'm mainly focused on for the meantime. Not too sure why you would need like a full like chest full of netherite, and I mean, but yeah, I don't know anyway. I mean, once you get like all the tools and whatnot, it doesn't really make sense to have like an entire chest full of netherite. I would usually just invest it immediately into like upgrading tools, but to each their own though. I probably would not really like need to like judge too harshly on people's choices on using netherite. I don't know what the heck this infrastructure is supposed to reach, but oh well. This road is just gonna go over here, and that's all there is going. That's basically how it's all gonna be, I guess. Road's being whack. Dirt is being very whack. Why is the bird chirping outside in a very loudly fashion? Why? What does this bird want from me? Leave me alone. Alright, so let's make a pathway from over here. Nice sort of T-junction and just head in this direction. It's just in case you accidentally drop an item. I mean, it kind of makes sense then. The bird wants my viewers. My front page backfill viewers, I guess. I mean, there's probably like a few tens or something like that that probably I could give to the bird, considering that it's only from like the front page hosts and stuff like that, but whatever. Anyway, Mr. Pad336, hope your day's been doing pretty nice, and welcome to the Fox Army. Hope your day's been doing pretty well. Anyway, what's up, Fox? Is Mr. Pad? Yep, hope you're doing pretty well so far, Mr. Pad. Hope your day's been doing pretty alright. Why is my rib cage suddenly itching me? What the frick? Why is my entire body trying to ruin my life? Anyway, mobs are supposed to spawn, but we use a lot of glass like this to help spawn-proof the entire nether, which is why we're using it right now. It's a very handy spawn-proofing block. Do you have an SMP? Not exclamation mark. Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. No. I don't have a viewer or something SMP. And I don't really have plans to open one until I have like enough people who are willing to make that into like a proper sort of like SMP of some kind, because I have no idea I have no idea how to really get that fully organized and fully like moderated as well. Anyway. Well, it's not really like figuring out, it's usually because it's pretty expensive to also maintain, so that's also a reason why I don't want to like pursue such a thing for quite some time. Maybe like in the far future, but for now I don't have any major plans. God, my throat is super whack. Let me go over here. Do you like to fish? Why do you have to say do in that sort of like sentence? Okay, whatever. Anyway, I have no idea what you're really trying to say, Unknown Dragon. How on earth does this road make any sense? Would this make any sense if I try and like split this again? I mean, probably will not work very well because we have this sort of like weird space for like something. We'll probably figure out something eventually. Let's make another road heading towards here, so we have a bit of like a cross, like junction of some kind. And then we'll move over here, so we have a bit of variety on the width of some areas. Anyway, aren't there buildings that are going to come here? I mean, that's what we're working on very slowly, is that we're working on like the roads and the floor plans of the buildings. And the reason why we're doing that first is that it usually is a pain in the arse to really build them first and then realize, oh frick, it looks absolutely horrible, and then have to rebuild it and all that stuff. That was the mistake we made for 𝗦cie𝗰𝗶𝗹. So we were going a bit of step ahead and just doing like all the planning first, and then we do the actual buildings. That way we know that every single building is like up to the right dimensions and spec, and we can easily like iterate on like different floor mapping ideas and whatnot without having to tear down a whole building. So that's what we're doing right now, Fern. Do you like to eat fish? Mainly not, really. Also, can you do an MLG, please? No. I mean, I don't know why people really want to see streamers do MLG out of, like, nowhere while they're working on their own sort of thing, so it's just kind of a weird request. Like, I don't even know why people want to, like, encourage that, honestly. Like, sure, but it's something I just don't want to really encourage. Oh my gosh, I'm really eating up all of our supplies of white glass pretty quickly, aren't I? And again, we are working on roads, so that is eating up a lot of our supply of, like, materials in general. Alright, still a little bit left to go through. Oh my gosh, I'm so good at breaking or placing down blocks. I'm so good at this game. Rip to you do the LMG. Sure. Rip me if I did like an LMG right now and all that stuff. Definitely not because I'm like wanting to focus on a project and having to do an MLG is just really distracting, but oh well. Rip me if I didn't do it. I guess we should probably put a pathway through here because it would make more sense if there was like a very direct pathway from like this point over here and this point over here. Having a road through here and connecting things would kind of make a lot more sense. Alright, break all of this things. Alright, just making sure everything is fully covered. I don't understand Mr. Pan's joke. Anyway, hold on. What's the thing that's counting the blocks that you break? It is a mod by the name of... Frick me. Actually, I can't remember what the exact name of the mod is because it's been a while since I have to, like, call it out. In-game stats. So that's the block counter that you're seeing on the top left. It's a pretty nice fabric mod that highlights how many blocks you've broken and all that stuff. And the reason why I had to add that is that it's always been a very frequent question by people in the chat. How many times I've broken netherrack, how many times I've like placed glass and all that stuff. So voila, the statistic is on the bottom, not the bottom, the top left of the screen. So people can finally stop asking me. But people still ask me, so that was completely pointless in some ways. But anyway, doesn't really matter too much. But it's a pretty handy way of like knowing how many blocks I've like broken and all that stuff if you're interested. Alright, so how on earth would this city go from this point onwards? I guess we should probably have like a sort of like road heading from this direction over to here, because it would make a little bit of sense if that was the case. Yeah, let's have like a T-junction over here and see how that would look. How much glass have I broken? I have no idea, 𝗦cie𝗰𝗶𝗹. I actually have no idea. Because I have like different colored glass to break, right? So it's hard to really get a proper number of like how much glass I've broken in total, so it's kind of, yeah, kind of like confusing for me, honestly. I don't know what the total number is. Anyway, if you want to like have a better idea, or sorry, get the names of the mods that I'm using, and there's actually like a place that you can like look for them pretty easily. Where the frick did you spawn? Okay, anyway, you can do ! mods, and you can take a look at the FAQ page, and that's gonna explain like all the mods that you're like currently seeing on the stream and all that stuff. So if you're looking for the mod on the top left, it's called in-game stats. Anyway, let's just keep going over here. Also, Overcon, how you doing, by the way, mate? Hope you're doing okay. How much netherrack have I broken? That much. Oh, you did not even see it. 1.77 million. That's the total number of blocks I've mined for netherrack. So quite a lot. But then again, there's people that already broken like over 2 million netherrack blocks. So it's kind of like it's up there. It's a large number, but also not really that large in compared to like other people. So it's a large number. 1 million blocks. That's quite a lot of blocks. Alright, anyway, there we go. Place down a crap ton of glass now and see if this would not destroy me. Maybe it's gonna be easier if I just do it like this, maybe. Maybe a little bit faster? I do not know. Here we go. Oh, I don't know if I should shift it by an extra block because I cannot really like afford to like have no railing on the side and all that stuff, but that would be extra work, so you know what? I don't care. I'll probably just increase the width or the size of that cliff face over there instead, so honestly it doesn't really matter too much, and I fell down. Oh boy, the momentum. Alright, anyway. Alright, so yeah, definitely we need to figure out how to deal with that eventually, but for the meantime, we'll figure that out in the future. Let's see, we're gonna definitely build like a bit of a road that kind of connects in this direction, so let's go and break these 3 blocks and see how that goes. I really don't get people who are acting like jokesters and comedians in the chat. Like, do some people just like regularly join people's chats in the sole purpose of just throwing in jokes and making them people expect like to find them funny all the time? Like, I don't get it. Because I definitely know that there aren't people who just socialize in general with people like that. So I'm just curious to know, why do some viewers just have this sort of like, not just habit, but like this wanted sort of like persona or wanted like ability to just go to every person's chat and just say jokes all the time and nothing but jokes. I don't get it. Like, usually I would just like hang out in the chat and lurk or talk to people, but just do nothing but crack jokes all the time while the streamer's talking and all that stuff about something unrelated. It doesn't, I don't get it. Alright, anyway. I mean, to be fair, Mr. Pad, like, not saying anything after saying that they want to tell a dad joke, that's a pretty good joke, not gonna lie. But if they want to be very accurate with that sort of joke, they probably should just stay quiet for a while. God, I love listening to this track. Why stop at 13 years? Cat with a tiny top hat says, I have returned. How you doing, by the way, Cat with a tiny top hat? Great name as always. But yeah, I hope you're doing pretty nice so far, Cat. Hope your day's been doing pretty well. Okay, building this road is kind of like not completely necessary, but I might as well just add that over there. Anyway, just making sure that I have enough glass around through here, but that looks pretty good. Alright, so now we have like a few plots around through here that we can try and make some proper buildings. I'm not too sure exactly what function the buildings are going to have just yet, but there's a couple of plots that we can work with. Let's see, let's probably start with this one, since this area over here can make for a pretty good sort of multi-building sort of area, I guess, but we'll see though, we'll see. I have the TDS power, but I am not funny. You don't necessarily need to, like, always use the TDS power just for funny things, you know? Sometimes it's better to just restrain yourself and, like, save up the points than just having to use the TDS or other, like, channel point stuff for quite some time. It would just be completely unnecessary. Oh, this soundtrack is now reminding me that I really need to look for, like, I need to start hunting down for, like, some, like, Christmas or holiday soundtracks now. But I'm really out of ideas when it comes to, like, finding, like, some pretty good, like, very good and not cliche sounding, holiday soundtracks or tracks to listen to for the holidays. Probably, like, aim to, like, try and find some pretty good, tracks by the end of November, but I'm literally, like, pretty bad at, like, finding some really good tracks that fit pretty well, but don't have, like, the same, like, sort of jingle, sorry, like, not just jingle, but, like, the same songs that people have, like, heard multiple times already. And just something that's pretty original. It's pretty hard to find stuff. No Mariah Carey, yes Mariah Carey. I mean, the obvious thing is that I will never choose anywhere close to being as popular as, like, Mariah Carey. So it's gonna be really hard for me to find, like, music that isn't complete pop music, but also isn't, like, completely, like, boring-ish to listen to, I guess. So it's gonna be, still gonna be something to, like, deal with, I guess. Why am I getting a Twitch tutorial? What do you mean by, like, a Twitch tutorial? Let's see, how the frick do I want this to be structured? Considering that the accent blocks are going to be positioned over here, I guess that'll work. The only issue is that the pathway is way too narrow. That, like, the spacing between here and here is way too narrow, so maybe I should move this by an extra block, and that should be able to fit in a little bit more stuff, I guess. Anyway, I'm gonna probably just search up for, like, or just research some pretty good, like, some, like, bands or cover artists that can make some pretty good soundtracks, or, like, holiday tracks to listen to. But it's still gonna be a bit of a hard thing to, like, probably gather around, I guess. Especially if it's something that's, like, copyright strike friendly or DMCA friendly. So hopefully I'll be able to find something that's pretty decent. Anyways, this is, like, welcome to channel points. I think it's because when you're, like, if you haven't logged into, like, for quite some time or whatever like that, usually would get, like, a very weird greeting prompt about, like, using channel points and stuff like that. Like, I've seen that before whenever I, like, log into, like, a new browser and all that stuff, so it could be something similar to that, maybe. But oh well. Once you're, like, gone through that first stage, you would not see that, again, as far as I know, so you should be fine, as far as I know, I think. Alright, that should be hopefully enough space to work with, because if it isn't, then we are kinda fricked. Kinda fricked in general on how to deal with all of this. But it should be fine. Anyway, Booty says, I think Snoop Dogg made it like a Christmas album. Well, I want something that isn't DMCA, like DMCA non-friendly, you know? And I don't think Snoop Dogg's music is really non-DMCA friendly or something like that, or sorry, DMCA friendly or whatever like that. Because artists like him need to earn money. Also, why is everything expensive now? Mainly inflation, unless you talk about challenge points, then inflation. Mainly because people keep, like, redeeming some certain, like, rewards all the time. So I was like, nah, frick you guys, I'm gonna increase the price so that way you can stop purchasing them. And that actually helped a little bit, because so far I remember, like, a few streams ago where we had, like, I don't know, like 2 fishing streams and, like, an Enderman ear check and all that stuff all of a sudden, and, like, a huge influx of, like, Enderman ear checks and, like, a few streams, like a few streams and whatnot, which is pretty, like, not each few streams, but, like, consecutive streams, I believe, which is a bit too frequent, so I just dialed up a little bit of the, challenge points a little bit on the pricing, and so far it's been pretty reasonable-ish. Like, you would be surprised at how much challenge points you would be able to earn in, like, a few hour streams and stuff like that. You just have to make sure you're active and all that stuff, and it does take some time. Okay, so right now I think we would just focus on, I don't know if there's any sort of, like, extra details I want to add just yet, because pretty much, like, all these areas here look pretty alright. I mean, it looks like both a sledgehammer or a phallic object in a certain distance, but does this have to be a single building? Would I want to turn this into a single building, or would it be better to be split into multiple buildings? Because I think it would work better if it was like a single building, but I don't know how this building would look, so I have no idea. Anyway, let's take a look over here. A little bit? Fishing stream is 10,000. I mean, yeah, it's 10,000. Meanwhile, like, Phil's streams are like up to, like, what, 200,000 channel points? So like, sure, fishing stream is 10,000 points, but then I look at other people's streams, it's like 15,000, 20,000, 200,000 for fishing stream. So I'm like, okay, I might as well adjust the prices properly so people will not spam fishing stream on my stream all the time. Ow. Alright, anyway, you guys can just stop. Thank you very much. Anyway, I may have to cough up like $20 in gifted subs as per deal here. Okay. Anyway, let's just go around through here. That would take like 8 watch streams fully, no lurking to get that much. I mean, technically you can just lurk and you're still able to get challenge points, but whatever, I guess. Put in the wall blocks over here. Alright, there we go. How on earth did I want to have like the basalt pillars placed down as well? Well, considering this will not really like change in like width too much, I guess we'll just keep it like as it is. I don't even know what this building is going to be, honestly, because it could look like a fire station, but at the same time, who in the right mind in a nether biome would want a fire station? So I'm pretty confused on what this building's purpose is going to be. But maybe I'll have like 2 entrances just in case, so that way I could finalize some sort of idea. Let's see, this is only 1 block, frick it. How many blocks is this? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It's also just like, yeah, I'm just gonna keep this like an odd number over here and see how that will work. Right, so that's the entrances to this building. I again have absolutely no idea what this would look like. I'm gonna put some basalt pillars over here just to add a little bit of accents around the corners-ish, or not really at the corners. Not always at the corners though. Yeah, something like that. That could kind of work. I don't think you get more points by chatting, as far as I know, because the criteria and how it works is that there's always like that sort of the criteria for how like channel points are earned is that every single 5 or yeah, somewhere around like 5 minutes if I can remember. But look at the details right now because my brain is very slow remembering like certain things. Every 5 minutes you get 10 points. If there's like if you're able to catch one of those special bonus chests, that is where the points icons are. If you click on them, you're able to get 50 points. So if you get like an extension running in the background, you could technically able to like collect those things very easily. And if you're able to like join like a lot of consecutive streams, that could like also increase your points by up to 450 points, so like 300, 350, 400, 450 and all that stuff. If you're able to like also participate in raids, you get 250. If you're able to also get like what's the word? Able to get a Twitch sub, you also get increased amount of points and whatnot. So just like a lot of different ways you can able to get like a lot of points racked up. But to say it's gonna be much more grindy and all that stuff, or much more, I don't think there is any sort of like affected sort of chance for people who are not chatting versus those who are lurking, as far as I know. I don't know if that's a thing that's been studied upon, but as far as I know, you don't earn more if you're like chatting, unless you're able to like click on that chest much more frequently. Then sure, maybe that metric can make sense, but yeah, I don't know exactly. Anyway, yeah, but I want more fish. Well, too bad. I'm not gonna keep fishing every single stream, for heaven's sakes. Like, it's almost as if I have like an actual like nether project and a mega project I want to keep working on. That's gonna last like well over a year, and people are like, nah, let's go on a detour and keep fishing all the time. Like, fishing stream is always pog every single hour, every single day, and I'm like, can I work on the project, please? Can I just focus on project? Like, this is gonna last me well over like a year and whatnot. Please, can I get this done as much as I can, please? And alas, I just don't get any sort of like help, I guess, but whatever. Anyway, so far so good-ish. This building still feels kind of whack, but at the same time I can't think of anything else to really improve it, so you know what, I'll probably leave it here for now. I think this would turn to be something that might be pretty useful, but I have no idea what else to say about this building. Anyway, outline over here and see how that would go. Anyway, what do you expect? I want the fish as a cat. Well, as someone who actually owns a cat, my cat doesn't usually like to always eat fish. Usually chicken also works pretty well. I mean, then again, she always asks for either ham or chicken. I think we're probably like feeding him way too much ham and chicken as of recently, and she probably should like not eat too much, honestly. Oh boy. Cats cannot digest chicken. I'm just gonna ignore the chat now, because so far I'm now just seeing absolute bullshit in the chat. Because I know for a fact they definitely eat chicken. Otherwise, over 80% of like almost every single like cat food meal that contains some portion of chicken will be off the shelves. So what in the world are you talking about? Cats cannot digest chicken. Alright, anyway. Let's see here. We need to add some pillars over here and fix all these areas over here, I guess. All I do know one of the most like common like what is the word, film tropes, I guess, about like cat portrayals in like cinema and stuff like that is that like cats cannot digest milk, which is something I actually did not know until like we finally got a cat. But yeah, like despite like Tom and Jerry films and all that stuff, they don't really like drink milk because they literally cannot digest it once they get older. Alright, anyway. Let's see if that will work over around through here. They eat it, but they don't digest it. Like they like the flavor, but get little nutrients over it. So does that mean that they actually digest it or not? Because if it's in their body, they're able to like get some nutrients out of it. That's still technically digesting. Like, if it's like stuck there or whatever like that, and they spit it out, then that's definitely not digesting in some way. But then again, that also describes a definition of digesting, I guess. Anyway, let's see over here. Am I missing too much stuff around through here, I guess? I think that spacing is still a bit wonky on this end. I'll try and fix that. Yeah, let's fix that a little bit. I want to make some I want to make this like the entrance of the entire like building over here. But then again, the walls are still a little bit narrow in some ends, so whatever. Figure it out. Figure that out eventually. Anyway, Jackson, how you doing, by the way, Jackson? Hope your day's been doing pretty alright. Let's see over here. Okay, want to make sure there's like a bit of a curve over here for like the area over here. Good, how are you? I'm doing pretty well. So far my day's been pretty alright so far. I guess. I've been pretty tired as of recently, but overall I've been doing okay. Alright. Would that make sense? Because I don't know if that would work very well with having like areas over here. I guess we can add like an extra quartz pillar over here, I guess. Yeah, I guess this could kind of work, I guess, in some degree. Yeah, having like a bit of like linkage between these two pillars would make a little bit more sense. We'll see though. Make that a bit of a double door entrance here, and then we can have access over here and see if that will work. Also, I don't even know if that's going to be a fire, like a station entrance of some kind anyway, by the way, Cat, so that's why I'm not really doing too much of the design to make it very specific to like a fire station or whatnot. Because who knows, it could also just not be one. So that's why we had to add some little bits of flexibility in there in case it doesn't work out. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave the accent block over there because we need to place down accent blocks. Fix that. God, my eyes are really trying to like perish right now. Holy frick, it's super freaking bloody weird. Okay, so we got a single entrance over here, a bit of a weird sort of like a walling over here, which is perfectly fine. Now we just need to figure out a way to place down some basalt pillars, I guess. Maybe at the edges over here, and that's basically it. But I need to give it a name so you know what I was talking about. Yeah, but like, I also don't really care about extending the, or like widening that sort of hallway a little bit. Like 3 blocks is perfectly fine as far as I know. And that's because I've been working on like other projects and stuff like that, so it should be fine. Unless it doesn't, then we're basically fricked, but whatever. Alright, replace that over there. We can kind of cut this off, because technically that will help to expand a little bit of the space around through here. Yeah, I don't want to really overdo it with the amount of like basalt pillars I have in this entire building, but at the same time, it wouldn't make any sense to like just have it completely like dormant in most areas. So let's try and like add like a bit of a pattern around through here, maybe. I don't know. This is probably not gonna look very good. Have that over there. Should I shift it? No, it should be fine where it is right now. Add another one over here. I place the same blade block down. There we go. Would that work? I don't know. Honestly, I'm just gonna leave this over here, I guess, because that's a pretty good like sort of spacing between like the buildings and whatnot. And compared to like other houses, at least this has a little bit of like basalt pillars. So honestly, I can't really complain too much, I guess. Anyway, Windows 11 gaming laptop says I was finally able to watch one of the streams again. Hey, welcome back, mate. Hope your day's been doing pretty nice, and hopefully able to like have a pretty alright day so far. Hope you're doing pretty well. Anyway, Kat says my PC is going to be delivered today or tomorrow. It's going to be awesome. Nice. Hopefully that goes pretty well then, Kat. Who the frick is still firing fireworks outside my bloody window? Anyway, finally freed up my 15 FPS on Minecraft. Let's go. Let's go, boys. Alright, I am very low on like orange glass, so let me just restock on that. Anyway, who the frick is firing fireworks right now? It's already been like 6 days since Guy Fawkes Day, so why the heck are you still firing fireworks? Bruh. Or anyway. Oh, gotta love dealing with neighbors like that, but oh well. Can't do much about that, I guess. Uh-huh. Alright, where else do we want to keep working around through here? So yeah. Deal with the corners here. Should this be split up into 2 different buildings, or would it be better to just keep it into one single building? Half of me wants me to split it up, but also it's pretty small. The building area over here looks pretty small to like split up, so probably just stick to just it being in like a single building and then just deal with how to manage from there, I guess. Which direction should I want the entrance? Maybe an entrance over here will make a little bit of sense. So let's expand this a little bit and have that just be touching around through there. There we go. hopefully that will look pretty sweet. So this thing is just going to be like 3 blocks, or yeah, sorry, 1 block sort of like entrance, so that's all fine. Alright, looking good. Then maybe the edges over here will also have like some sort of like some bulged out sort of like window areas, so that could also work pretty well. Yeah, that can kind of work. Make the middle a little bit thinner? What do you mean by the middle look a little bit thinner? Let's see. Let's also have like a bit of an interesting bulge out in this direction. See how that would work. Might as well keep it symmetrical just to make sure it doesn't really trigger me as well. Blocks over here, then one over here. Blah blah blah. How would that look? Does it look better if it has like the pillars like that though? I mean, considering that this area over here would be a bit wacky and it hasn't been involved with that, so that should be fine. Yeah, I'm gonna leave the rest of the entire building as it is for now, so I think that's a pretty good like sort of structure of the wall at the moment. I mean, it's probably not completely finalized, but whatever. Whatever, you know how the building progress works, or process works sometimes. Once you build it, and then you realize all the flaws that it has, and then you just fix it once you deal with it. Why on earth would I want to build a bridge between 2 buildings that goes over the path? And how would that even look like? I don't think it would look very good, so that's why I'm not going to be doing any sort of like overpass paths or anything like that, because that'll be 1, complicated to like organize, 2, probably would not look very great, and 3, it probably would not be completely necessary anyway. Okay, so now we need to structure a pretty big building to cover up this sort of space over here. But what other building have we not tried out yet? So we had like a bit of a... Well, we have a bit of a mix between like a bit of a library building over here, a bit of a church over in this direction. So maybe this building over here is some sort of like, botanical garden? Would that even work? Would a botanical garden work in this sort of space? I don't know, but... You know what? Having like some sort of botanical garden in the middle of a nether city might look pretty decent, but who knows? Anyway, let's just get rid of like all the glass that we need to get rid of. And hopefully that should be more than enough that we need to get rid of, because I swear to God, if we need to remove so much more, I'm gonna be so mad. Alright. Go over here a little bit. It's gonna head over in this direction. Yeah, that's just gonna barely fit something around through here. Maybe have like the building touching the edges of the roadway. I think that's gonna be, or roadway or the paths? Yeah, that would make a little bit more sense then. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Surprisingly, Astroneer music fits pretty well for like doing stuff in like in Minecraft, especially if you're in the Nether and all that stuff. Just something about that fits surprisingly damn well. Alright. Let's see, around through here. Make sure we have like all the corners like set up. So this is where all the like the quartz pillars will be all set up and all that stuff. So hopefully this is pretty well arranged. So this is the general perimeter, or like the size of the building that we want to focus on. And I have no idea how to turn this into a pretty good building. Alright, there we go. Have that pretty much touching the sides all over the place. So how do we make it look like it's a pretty nice looking boy, I wonder if I can try and make this into some sort of like botanical garden, I guess. So guess we're just gonna make it look like there's like a lot of supports both inside and outside the building, and then there'll be like an upper stairs area where there would be like an entire like dome or something like that that houses like a botanical garden. That might work pretty well for that, I guess. So let's see how that will work. Let's just move this area over here of glass, so that way we can build it in the inner walls. so we can see what we're missing and what else that we can also keep working on, I guess. Because I highly doubt we don't have that much space to really build like some sort of like expanded sort of like rooms and stuff like that. I mean, we could fit one over here. Just fitting one over here might work for now, but for the meantime, it's probably not going to be a very like sustainable idea, I guess. Yeah, I mean, that's not too bad. Anyway, to also to those who are not even like sorry, oh my god, I can't speak properly anymore. If you guys are new, by the way, to these very wacky streams, I highly recommend you join the very wacky Discord server. 𝗦cie_𝗶𝗹 has been posting the link for quite some time now, so if you haven't joined the wacky Discord server yet, definitely would recommend joining the wacky Discord server. Anyway, let's actually move the pillar over here. But yeah, join the wacky Discord server if you haven't, guys, by the way. It's much better to get notified from the Discord server than like through Twitch, because notifications be sometimes whack. But that's just up to you guys. Up to you. Yeah, that looks pretty alright. Should I also expand over in this direction? I mean, that's going to interfere with like part of the walls though, so probably not. Also, I haven't actually arranged yet where is going to be the entrance, so we'll need to figure that out real quick. So it'll be a 2-block entrance over in this direction. And I'm out of white glass. Of course I'm out of white glass. Slowly run out of supply of white glass, surprisingly, despite having a crap ton of white glass still left in storage. So, okay, so a bit of a pathway over here. That's going to be slightly asymmetrical to the entire place over here, but oh well, that's building the road design in a nutshell. It doesn't usually become perfect like that. Maybe like a quartz pillar once in a while around through here and see if that would look pretty good. I have no idea how well this is going to go, but we'll see. We'll just have to see once we finally built it, I guess. Well, that's not even. That's not at all even. Let's go and fix that real quick. Whoops. Yeah, that looks pretty alright. Then we can add frick. This is not even at all. None of these are even at all. Okay, never mind. We aren't able to really like do a proper sort of like support area all over the place, but oh well. Alright, so far okay-ish. Should be alright, I guess. I mean, sure, if you want me to get it timed out, here's a shut up for you, I guess, Ariel, no. I have no idea why you would want a timeout, but there you go. Just no context timeout, there you go. No idea. No idea, Orphancon. I wouldn't be surprised if people would, like, do that, and then they will always say, oh, the streamer's been, like, timing people out for no apparent reason. I just got timed out for no, like offensive words and whatnot. And then then we should show the receipts and stuff like that, and they ask to be timed out. So, like, I swear, if these are the type of people that always do that, that's just gonna be very play stupid all the time. But yeah, I don't know whether or not they're really wanting to keep doing that or not, so I have no idea. Alright, anyway. Yeah, it's not a really good thing to keep doing to your account, I agree. Just having racked up amount of history about you, like, asking for timeouts, it's not really great for anybody. Alright, anyway, let's add some basalt pillars around through here. Should I put some basalt pillars on the edges over here? Or might as well, because it might fit pretty well. Yep, like so. The walls over here are fine. The walls over here are fine-ish. Maybe I should add like some basalt pillars over here, just to make things a little bit more even. And yeah, we'll see how that will look eventually in like the near future, because that's pretty much like a building that I have no idea what's going to look like until I actually start building it. So, yeah, it might work, I guess. It might work. Alright, for this area over here, this would have to be multiple buildings, like combined. Not combined, but like joined near each other, I guess. So we need to figure out a way to make a pretty good layout of buildings over here, just to maximize the space as much as possible. Or maybe there doesn't need to be like the same amount of buildings or like a huge amount of buildings over here. Maybe there would be like a nice empty space just around through here for whatever purpose. Just add a little bit of extra, you know, spiciness to this little plot of land. I mean, it's not really little, it's actually a pretty big-ish plot of land, but you get the idea. Right, there we go. Add some light gray glass to just indicate where all the basic accent blocks are going to be. Just for context again, the light gray blocks do not indicate where the actual walls of the buildings are. But they are a pretty good they're just a good indicator to where all the accent blocks are. So that's pretty much like the sort of like final extent the building would be in like this sort of plot of land, basically. And we can basically shorten or broaden it out if we will, but most likely we just shorten it out if it gets a bit too big. Alright, so we got something over here. We're gonna probably make a division probably between over here and maybe over like that. Would this be an appropriate division of some kind? Just only 2 buildings? I mean, it might work, honestly. That could actually work pretty well. So what we can do is then, well, actually, how the frick would this work? Probably, like, add, like, a simple pillar over here. Maybe, like, an increase in the window gap over here. Just for whatever measure, I guess. Just a bit of an increase in the window gap, and then probably like an extruded entrance over in this direction, maybe. Really have no idea how well this is going to be structured, but we'll see though. The entrance to the building. Sometimes I'm also pretty amazed by how weird these buildings have built. Some of them just don't really make too much sense. Who the frick is firing those shrieker fireworks in the background? What the frick? Why are these guys really like all out celebrating? I mean, I guess like Memorial Day, I guess. So I guess that's the reason why people are celebrating like the 11th of November right now. But at the same time, like, guys, can you all just chill? We watched Shrek in English class. Why? Because why not? Like, isn't Shrek like a protected sort of like American literature of some kind? So you're watching like a piece of American literature that's protected and all that stuff. So like, why not? Or anyway. But yeah, it's all up to you though. But like, it's still, that's pretty pog. All right, let's probably move this down by an extra block because it just doesn't really make sense to like leave it sort of like hanging like this. Technically, it's Armistice Day as well, because on like November 11th, 1918 is when the Great War has finally like ended and all that stuff. And then World War II came out, so that kind of invalidates most of that, but still, it's still an important bit of history for like a lot of people. All right, there we go. This kind of works, I guess. I don't know how well it's gonna work, but. Oh well, this could kind of work. Probably should have like the entrance heading over in this direction, so let's build like a sort of entranceway over here. Like so. Frick. There we go, pretty nice looking entranceway heading in this direction. And do I want to extrude some of the areas of this building over here? I mean, maybe, because it would probably make sense to have like some sort of extrusion. So maybe like one over here. Just one pillar over here. I'm out of orange glass again. Holy frick, we've been eating a little bit of our orange glass supply, but we still have plenty of orange glass. So maybe like one detail over here. Oh, frick, I should have not done that. Not even paying attention to the type of tool I'm using. Good job, me. Anyway, class learning. Me who moved from the UK, cringing at their mistakes. I mean, then again, we all made mistakes in English, so I don't know how much to really say about that, I guess. Oh, really am getting a little bit tired now. I don't know how long this stream is going to last, but it probably will not last longer than probably up to like a minute 30 minutes. Sorry, not a minute 30 minutes, like an hour and 30 minutes. Because I'm already getting tired, as you can clearly tell. But yeah, so far we're making pretty good progress. That's actually a pretty good amount of space for like somewhat of a building, I guess. Could be worse, honestly. Could be way worse. Put some green stained glass around through here to indicate some like basalt pillars just holding a little bit of the building up in some parts, I guess. As is a pretty nice sort of decoration area or piece in some areas, I guess. God, I can't articulate shite. Okay, anyway. That looks pretty okay. Not bad. It's a pretty good amount of space, I guess. Once you walk in, there's like a bit of space you can walk around, and maybe there will be like a ladder or something like that for people to climb on. It kind of makes sense, but who knows. Alright, so we got these buildings sorted out. Let's do one over here. This one's a little bit interesting because you have to like negotiate with a bit of like a diagonal over here, so I don't know how well this is going to go. How many beacons are there? I have no idea. Probably more than 10. I haven't really counted how many beacons I've used around here, but it's quite a lot. Because I like using the beacons. Pretty helpful. Alright. Making another thing over here. Hey, Gorilla Snake. How you doing, by the way, Gorilla Snake, mate? Hope your day's been doing pretty nice. Yeah, at least one beacon is being used in this entire project. Definitely. Okay, let's see here. Let's make a general outline of this building area. But yeah, so far everything's been pretty chill so far, Gorilla Snake. Hope your day's been doing pretty well as well. Alright, go over here. My day's been pretty average. That's alright then. Glad to hear your day's been pretty okay then. So, that's pretty good. How's my day? My day's also been pretty average. Wish I was a little bit more productive, but overall I've been doing pretty alright. So far just chilling, just doing my own stuff. Still dealing with other types of work as well, because I'm still, despite like my university classes being over for the year, I still have like a lot of like content creation work still left to be done. So overall I'm just been pretty much managing for now. Alright. Gonna expand this a little bit just to make sure it looks pretty alright. I mean, I don't know how well that's gonna look, but hopefully it looks pretty alright over here. But I want to turn this into the entrance, though. I don't know. Because it doesn't really look pretty well for, like, an entrance, but at the same time, it probably would look ugly if it's moved anywhere else. So, or placed anywhere else, I guess. So maybe we'll just turn this as the entrance. Okay. Yeah, with the amount of limited space we have, this is not going to be a very livable, like, livable sort of like a room whatsoever, or house of some kind. No idea what building this is going to be. How the classes go? I mean, they've been pretty chill. That's all I can really say so much about my classes. Do that. Yep, so that way there's accents in the middle over here. Also, I'm guessing since they're done for the year, you're a bit more free. Slightly, but now thanks to like having a lot more free time and not having so much access with like going to the university campus that much, I've not been very productive. So I wasn't able to do as much work as I want to. So that's kind of the thing we're having to deal with at the moment. But overall, we've been pretty much chilling. Okay, let's add the inner wall over here. See how that will look. Unless it looks absolutely horrid, then yeah, that's going to be a bit of a problem then. It doesn't look too bad. It's a very cramped up space though. There really isn't a lot of space to work with, which is worrying. So I think we might just have to resort to turning this area into like a sort of building area, because I don't think that we can actually fit a proper building here. So yeah, I think this is the first time I'm going to let this plot like be a little bit natural in sort of case, I guess. In this type of case, we're probably just going to leave it as it is. Just fully, like, non-building occupied and all that stuff, because it just doesn't make any sense to build a building over here. Anyway, let's just get rid of all the glass I placed down. So that's going to get a good hunk of my hoe durability like removed. What else is still need to be done? Like, is there any other spots that still want to work on? Maybe like that one big plot over there that we've just organized around through there. So that's something that we could like organize some buildings upon, I guess. So that's something we'll take a look at. Alright, go over here. Make sure all these areas are covered in. Alright, there we go. That's been completely cleaned up now. Let's see what's around through here. So we have to like, well, this is definitely going to be split into like multiple buildings, I guess. But how on earth would this be structured? I guess it'll be like a fitting of like 4 different buildings over here. 4 different buildings that are kind of like residential buildings of some kind, because that could kind of work for this area. And maybe like a bit of an alleyway in between each other as well, just to make things a little bit more spoopy in some degree. But we'll see, we'll see. Alright, let's go and open up all of these areas. Have the accent blocks go over here. There we go. But yeah, this is going to be a very interesting plot to like try and build like some buildings, I guess, because I have no idea what buildings do I want to fit over here. There we go. Alright, so let's see what the general outlook looks like with all the stained glass in place. Should have not done that. There we go. That's a little bit more easier to deal with. Alright. So yeah, how do I want this to be split up? There would be some sort of a gap between over here and over here. So let's try and like build like a bit of a gap in here. See how that would look and see if we can negotiate like 2 buildings over in that sort of building over there, I guess. And then there'll be another 2 buildings over here. Alright, there we go. Adding some walls over here. Like so. Like very basic walls, because I want to make this look like some sort of like alleyway or some kind or something, I guess. That might be a little bit of an interesting dynamic for this area over here. Alright, break all the glass around through here and see how that will look. Alright, looking pretty alright. Yeah, that looks pretty alright. I don't know actually if I want to keep the accents or whatnot, but considering that this is just a random ass alleyway, it wouldn't make any sense to yeah, it wouldn't make any sense to put like accents on that sort of like wall over there where the alleyway is, so we're probably just gonna leave it as it is. Alright, how does one split this building into like multiple buildings, or this plot of area land over here into multiple buildings? Probably would start with like a bit of a diagonal wall over here, and then it will run up a little bit over here like so, and it will occupy this space. Actually no, let's go and head it over here and see how that will look, because I swear to God if it doesn't look that great, I don't know how I'll react to it. There we go. That seems to be pretty alright. I think that's actually a pretty good like use of space. And for this building's over here, we're gonna put some things over here, I guess. Some more diagonal sort of walling over here. And oh, probably just keep it straight then. Just like so. Alright. I mean, I don't know how much space that will be in general, but I guess that's a good portion-ish amount of space left. I'm probably going to expand this by an extra 2 blocks, because why not? That's a little bit of extra space for us to fit in, like staircases and whatnot. Alright, let's see. Let's see what we can do over here. We can definitely, like, increase the a wall space over here by just adding an extra pillar area, I guess. Whoops. So we're gonna do this. Alright. Then we can add a little bit of an asymmetrical look. Have an entrance go over here. You have the entrance go over here while we're at it, but we're also gonna have like a bit of an indent over here. So that way we have like a bit of a window, which hopefully will look pretty alright. Unless it looks absolutely horrible, then we'll probably scrap that idea after a while. But that should hopefully look pretty nice then. That's good, and I guess we can also like, maybe like increase the width of this area or something. I don't know. I'm gonna be debating how on earth do I like plan these out pretty well, but would it be better to have like two pillars right next to each other like that, or would it be better to have like the accents connect a little bit like a L-shaped loop over here? Do I call it even a loop or like a turn or something like that, or an angle? There we go. Holy frick, my brain. My brain just does not want to speak any mathematical terms anymore. Oh god. So there we go. So we have a bit of an entrance over here, and we'll see if that would work out pretty well, I guess. There we go. So that's entrance for that building. For this building, I have actually not much of a clue on how well I want this area to be developed. Maybe like a bit of another asymmetrical design over here. Or asymmetrical design over here. Or yeah, that's a bit of like a pillar over here. Pillar over here, then we add like some more accent blocks over here. Anyway, Charbo is cool. How you doing, by the way, Charbo? Hope your day's been doing pretty alright. Okay, that's just gonna link together over here, and then a bit of an accent block over here, and that's gonna be the entrance of this building. Perfect. Hopefully that's gonna look perfect, honestly, because I swear to God if it doesn't, then we're screwed. But yeah, hope your day's been doing pretty nice. What does LO mean? It's just a shorter version of hello. Or a much more like a condensed version of hello, I guess. But yeah, that's basically what LO means. Hello. Alright, there we go. Having a little bit of a weird sort of indent over here, or like an extrude over there. That's perfectly fine. And then, to defy literally all logics of building, we're gonna have this doorway of some kind just go like that. Because that would make a little bit more sense. Anyway, how you doing, by the way, MC, by the way? Hope your day's been doing pretty nice. Alright, let's actually put in the outlines of the actual wall of this building. Hopefully everything would be able to fit, because if it doesn't, then, yeah, we're screwed. We usually are screwed if it doesn't work out pretty well. Anyway, just got corona, I'm great. Big fat rip, mate. So hopefully you feel better soon, or he'll hopefully able to get like a pretty good recovery from that, because dealing with COVID always sucks. But yeah, wish you the best, mate. I'm gonna move this by an extra block over here, because this is not gonna be enough space for us to work with. So let's put like a pillar over here. Then pillar over here. Pillar over there, thank you. Ba ba ba, frick. Ba ba ba. Ba 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 ba. Alright. Looking pretty good. Things are looking pretty alright by looks of it. I mean, I swear to God, we don't have enough space. I love listening to some of the chill beats in this track, or like this playlist, sorry. But this track is also pretty nice to listen to. Also forgot to build a doorway over here. There we go. That's a pretty nice looking doorway. Now for some basalt pillars, we can add one over in the corners over here and over here. Probably one over here as well. But we cannot fit ones over in the corners over here, which is going to make things a little bit too ugly. So probably just find the ones that are able to be kind of well hidden, I guess. And see how that would work. If this alleyway idea would not work very well, then we could probably just build it in and have it like a proper sort of wall between these two buildings. But overall, it could potentially work as a pretty good way of like fast traveling through over here, I guess. Or I don't know, it's just a nice sort of shortcut for those who want to enjoy the shortcut, sort of like a way of like traveling through the city. But genuinely I have no idea what to do much with it. Alright, so we got those plots of land fully planned out with something. Now we're just gonna have to expand a little bit more of the roadways just to, yeah, get more plots of land to work with, because that's how things should work. Alright, dump all the red glass we still have left. Oh god, we have no space whatsoever. Let me just quickly dump it somewhere. Dump all the excess amounts of red glass. You can perish, sir. I mean, I appreciate the free food, which I did not even collect, but oh well. It's all gone now. Where is the red glass? There it is. So store everything over there. Perfect. Alright, that's filled in. And that's pretty much it. Perfect. Alright. So far, so good. It definitely starts to look like a bit of like a city now. From like a bird's eye view. With all the road layouts and whatnot. So things are looking pretty alright by the looks of it, I guess. I mean, it's nowhere yet in the shape of a city, but with the road maps and the road layouts, it definitely is looking pretty promising. Pretty excited for how this would work. I really wish we can actually like do a proper map, like make a map of the entire city in general, but thanks to like Nether and the Nether being the Nether and all that stuff, it's probably not gonna be like at all possible for us to make a proper map of the city. Unless we manually do it, but that'll be very painful. Alright. I mean, we might as well do like a manual map of some kind as like a bit of like like art sprites, I guess. Who knows? Maybe yeah, maybe turn like this sort of area as like a bit of a wall art would be pretty useful for making like a sort of a pseudo map of some kind. So, you know, that might be pretty handy. But for now, we'll just have to leave it as it is. Wow, what a very original name that is, Mike. How you doing, by the way, though? Welcome to the Fox Army. Alright, let me just quickly add some different amounts of glass and see how that would work. Love this sort of like a jazz rendition of Snowden. It's pretty nice. Okay, let's add a bit of an extra bit of road to this area and then make a bit of a right turn. Well, not a right turn, a left turn. So that way we can have someone connected with the rest of this area over here. Or maybe we can do a bit of a psych move. Rough around over here and head in this direction. And see how we react to that, maybe. Hopefully that'll look pretty nice. Oh, it's pretty well in line. Oh, well, one block misaligned from like that main road over there. So maybe just to make things a little bit more neater, we can just have that somewhat aligned with the other parts of that road, just to save on like OCD issues. But then again, in real life, it doesn't really matter. But whatever. Alright, looking pretty alright. Still going over here. Come on through, still pretty whack. Alright, another layer over here in this direction. Alright, there we go. Add some white glass over here. And hopefully that's going to look pretty nice, hopefully. Because if it doesn't, then we're kind of screwed. As always. Anyway, YOLO Boy 100, welcome to the Fox Army. Hope you're doing pretty well so far, mate. Alright, there we go. Looking pretty sharp-ish. I mean, I don't know how well this area is going to go after a while, but so far it's not going too badly. We can probably make a right angle turn over in this direction, but that means we need to move all of our shulker boxes over here to some other place that's much more reasonable. So let's put them over here real quick. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Put the shulker boxes over here. Right, we can make a bit of a right angle turn over in this direction. And see if that will look pretty okay. Ah, frick. I need some more white glass then. Time for some more zoomies. More zoomies. Ah! Alright, that looks pretty okay. More over here, blocks over there. Then, yeah, just a nice right angle turn over in this direction. And we're probably not going to go beyond that point because I don't think there's enough clearance beyond this sort of road over here that would make use of a road. What are you building, says YOLO Boy. You can do !building or !project to know what we're working on right now. But the TLDR is that we're working on like another city project. But if you want to know a little bit more about what we're working on, I would highly recommend you do !project. That should give you a good enough amount of detail about what we're working on. I really need to like terraform this area again because this still looks very, very rough. But then again, I've just been very lazy, so probably will not really touch that until we really need to deal with it. Who knows, we could turn that into like an unconstructed like area if we want to like put some lore to that. God, my stomach. But who knows, who knows. Alright, break that. Okay, so we basically have like this entire area over here we can turn into like buildings or whatnot. Or would it be better to have like a road that just goes directly through it? It probably would make sense to have a road go directly through it, so that way we have like multiple entrances or buildings going around through here, so that could work. We'll just have to see if that would be suitable for this type of city, but who knows, it should work. It should work pretty well. Whew. Always been pretty tiring trying to build some cities. Alright, there we go. Why is this room suddenly so freaking warm? It's only 24.9 degrees Celsius in this room. It feels way more than that. Alright. Things are looking pretty up by the looks of it. Okay, we also want to like develop a little bit of this area, but I don't know how far would we want this road to go. Maybe like a little bit. Yeah, just like that, and see if that would fit pretty well. Doom 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 doo 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 doom 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 I got it, can't even speak properly. Alright, there we go. And have that go in that direction, and hopefully that's gonna look pretty good. I don't know. I'm just gonna hope it is gonna look pretty good, or else it's just gonna look very ugly. Alright, reach up over there. And then fill in all the spaces over here. And hopefully it's gonna look pretty nice. And I'm out of white glass again. There should be like a surplus amount of white glass I still have laying around, but yeah, so far with the rate of how much we're eating like white glass for this project, I'm actually kind of concerned about our supply of white glass. But there is a few reserves of white glass I still have laying around. Hopefully. Nothing over there, because I haven't touched that much stuff recently. Seriously, do I not have any like reserves of white glass left? I remember there was like an entire pile of white glass that I still have stored somewhere nearby. It's probably like left over here, I think. Because this was the last place I did like a lot of terraforming, so yeah, roughly around over here. Perfect. Still a little bit of white glass, not a lot, but still. Still more than enough. Anything over here? Just netherrack, I believe? Yeah, just old netherrack. Perfect. So you can just go over here for the meantime. Alright. Things are looking pretty alright by the looks of it. Alright. Okay. Do I want to make a right angle turn around here and then make a like a straight beeline through here, or would it be wise to not make such a turn? I might as well make a bit of a turn just to make things a little bit interesting. So something like that. And I hope that's gonna look pretty good. Life is so much more easier to be able to have like some sort of like city skylines type of like making road layouts and whatnot, but since we're all making this by hand, it's really gonna be hard to like fully know what the feedback is for what roads you're working on until you finally build it. But so far, some of the roads, despite them all being straight and right-angled and all that stuff, still look pretty alright in its placement. And by the time we are beginning to start polishing up a lot of the buildings and also the spaces between buildings and whatnot, we could make these into more dynamic sort of roads to feel it looks like it had some more wear and tear and all that stuff. But how do you make glass look like it has a lot of wear and tear? Maybe like different colored glass, maybe. That could actually work pretty well. But we'll just have to worry about that later on in the future. Alright. So good enough space for like another building or two buildings over here, which is perfectly fine. Another plot over here, another whitish plot over here for more buildings. And what's over in this direction? Maybe entrance towards like the next area over there? Let's build a road over here so that way we can see what the heck we're gonna build over in this direction. Because I know for a fact I want to build a staircase going from this terrace down to the other like bottom area over here. But I have no idea how that's going to look. We might as well have like some sort of direct sort of thing over in this direction, I guess. If I weren't already late enough that I might have to end stream pretty soon, I would probably just like listen to like a lot of energetic beats. But for the meantime, I might just end stream pretty soon because I'm getting suddenly like pretty warm in this stupid room. 24.9 or 25 degrees Celsius, Jesus. But overall, we're making some pretty good, somewhat progress around through here. Right, fill in all these areas and see how that's gonna look. Alright. Looking okay. Okay, so we have a lot more areas over here to like plan out some buildings and whatnot, but I don't even know exactly what type of buildings would fit around through here pretty well. Maybe some sort of like residential, I guess. Again, I'm not really too finalized on what type of buildings I'm missing on. Let's take a look at a bit of like a bird's eye view on like how the entire floor mapping has been going. I mean, overall, it's starting to, like, take a little bit of shape. There's still, like, a lot of empty areas, like, over on the left-hand side and the right-hand side, but overall, if I get, like, a pretty good view from over here, we're able to make some sort of, like, discernment of what the city would kind of look like. It definitely seems like, with, like, the amount of buildings we have right now, that a lot of space has been taken up by, like, each building and stuff like that. But then again, I guess, like, the scale of the entire city will look a little bit more apparent once we start building the actual walls and the structures, I guess. Who knows? I'll also need to figure out a way for either villagers or us to, like, get easily up towards these terraces over here. And I also need to lay out some extra, like, plots of land and whatnot over in this direction as well, and also build a staircase up towards these terraces over here. And then, God forbid, we also need to go for the rest of the areas over here as well, so yeah, a lot of stuff that we're probably going to need to do for next stream on Monday, but for the meantime, I'm going to call it early for today, because I am both, like, tired and sweaty in my throat. I do not trust my throat to last tomorrow, so I'm going to call it for tonight, and get some extra rest, because I still have to do a Sonic Frontier stream tomorrow morning. So if you want to see more of these wacky chill hardcore streams, I highly recommend you join the very wacky Discord server, so that way you get notified immediately when we go live next time. And also, if you want to, like, get notified of other streams as well, you can just also stay in the Discord server, and you get notified of more other things as well. So if you want to take a look at that, then feel free to take a look at that, because I have no idea how to sell my Discord server very well. But anyway, that's going to be it for me for tonight, so I hope you have a good evening, good morning, and a good afternoon, and hopefully I can see you guys again pretty soon. If you guys are lurking, watching, or probably chatting very quietly in the chat, then that's all good. I don't really mind, honestly. I kind of like the silence most of the time. Alright, it is sweaty in this bloody freaking room. I don't even know why the heck is it even sweaty. My freaking windows are open. I guess I just don't have any good air conditioning or something like that. I don't even know. But then again, I don't have any proper air conditioning because it's so freaking expensive to install, like, proper units and whatnot. Oh well,